Hello everybody and welcome to the Cosmopolitan Allure channel. Today I am going to be doing a try new makeup video. I have so many new goodies that have came in the mail as of late, and there have been a lot of sales going on, so that has benefited me and my pocket. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So as you all know, I always start with something on my lips. So today I am going to use the Fenty Skin Plush Pudding Intensive Recovery Lip Mask. So I have used this for a long time, for years. You guys probably have seen me use this one, which is the Barbados Cherry one. And I just got a new one. I got it in cacao, their new chocolate flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, which means I can stop sparingly using my Barbados Cherry. I really was only using that one for when I would do, whoop, and it is a turn up, so I got a little egregious with the turn up. Oh, it smells like chocolate. I've smelled this smell for chocolate too. I can't place it right now. It smells like Ghirardelli chocolate, to be honest. But I do like the top of it. I just wiped it off. I do like the top of it because you can just use it to go over your lips that way. I just personally don't want to do that. So yes, but well-loved product, something that I use all the time, just a new flavor. And then for skincare, I've already done my skincare earlier today, so it's probably been on about 20 minutes or so. I did get something new. So there's a fellow YouTuber, Smitha Deepat, and she just released her Kaya, the Skin Superfood Glow Up Ayurvedic Face Pack, and the name of it is Kaya. So I have used this twice. It's pretty much a powder that you will mix into a bowl. She specified to use either ceramic or bamboo to mix it in, and you just pour it into a bowl with a little bit of water and rub it on your face and let it dry down for 10 to 15 minutes and use 2 to 3 times per week for best results. So I got this in the mail yesterday, so I used it yesterday. And then I used it this morning as part of my skincare routine. So I'm excited about this because for years I have used Ayurvedic face packs outside of doing sheet masks. I would mix my own concoctions in the kitchen just by doing research for different things. So turmeric for lightening of the skin, trying to lighten up some of these dark spots. Milk to soften the skin and moisturize. So I'm very familiar, well, I won't say very is a stretch, but I am familiar with certain ingredients that do specific things. So essentially it's nothing but crushed up herbs in this. There is no medicinal, no chemicals or anything like that in this. So it's a herbal formula. That's how it's notated. Vegan, no synthetic fragrances, Ayurvedic herbal formula. So it has 13 ingredients in it. And so this is the back of the pack. And here are the ingredients here. And a listing of how to use it. So I am excited about this personally. It says that it may help with uneven texture, redness, spots and marks, excess oil, dull looking skin, appearances of pores, blackheads, and rough patches. And I know that to be true because one of the items in here is turmeric. There's rose petal powder. Rose petal is good for moisture and redness, soothing the skin. So I look forward to seeing how my skin looks in a month or so. So I will keep you guys posted. But outside of that, I probably would still use it just because of the ingredients in it. And it's something that I feel comfortable being natural ingredients. So congratulations to Smitha on her release. So I look forward to whatever other products that she has coming out because I'm sure they will be great. All right. So other goodies that I got, I will unbox them as I go. So I am going to go ahead and put on my primer as I am looking at my hair here. I had my hair cut into a bob in March. Well, I had it cut prior to that, but I had it recut in layers in March, and my bob was up here in the back. And as you can see now, my hair is pulled all the way up in a high ponytail. So my hair grows super fast. So I'm thankful for it, but at the same time, I wanted to enjoy my bob a little bit longer. But anywho, let's see. So I am going to use the Merit Great Skin Prime and Moisture. So that is what I'm going to use today. This is what it looks like. And this is the travel size. This isn't the full size, so I just got the travel size. And for me, travel size is a plus for me. Unless it's something that I use on a regular basis, I am always going to opt for a travel size anything, just because it's convenient. But because I don't use the same things consistently all the time, I try new makeup. It's what I enjoy doing. And I am not sponsored. I am not monetized. So everything that I have on my desk is makeup products that I have purchased myself. All of these fragrances I have purchased myself. So with that being said, I don't want to pay for a full-size bottle of anything if I don't have to, because that is a lot of money once they start to add up. So, and I just like the convenience of things already being in travel packaging, so I can literally just pick it up and go. I don't have to pour anything into a travel size or try to get a travel pouch that will fit everything in it. I can literally just pick up and go. So that is the one thing with foundations that I wish more companies would do, would be to make travel size versions of their foundation. A lot of people would enjoy it, and I think you would see an increase in purchases because people don't necessarily know their shade matches. So instead of a person buying one, they might buy two smaller ones that equal the size of one or whatnot. So anywho, I will go ahead and do my eyebrows today. I am going to use my regular 24-hour brow setter. So this is nothing new. Here we go. And I have a lot of lights going on today. So I am trying to make the best of it. And I am literally going nowhere today. I just got these goodies and I was excited. Let me get this a little closer. I was just excited to try all of this stuff on. So I practically, as soon as this stuff came in the mail, got my life together so I could film. And right now, little cat thug life is sleep. So let's see how long she stays asleep. Hopefully we can get through a video without her deciding to wake up. That's going to work for today. So I'm gonna give myself my regular 5 minutes for this primer to set. So we're still within that 5-minute window. So I got some Westmanatelier, and Westmanatelier is slowly becoming a brand that I really, really enjoy. So this is how it came in the mail. Let's see, I got a card. I'll have to open this and see what this is. And it's all nicely packaged. They had a Memorial Day sale, and I was excited about that because I got one of their products during the Sephora sale, which was their new bronzer that they released. And I really, really liked this. So I wanted to get some more products, and I've looked at Westmanatelier in the past, but the price point was just more than I wanted to pay. Like I said, since I pay for this stuff out of pocket, certain things will just have to wait until there is a sale. Okay, so this is just what they put your receipt in. That's cute. And then I'm just going to take this out. So for their Memorial Day sale, they had a couple of items that were 30% off. So I got 2 of the foundation sticks. They were 30% off. So I had looked at these in the past, and they're expensive. So I got these 2 here, and I got Atelier X.25 and Atelier X. And then I got 2 of the concealers. They were also 30% off. And so I am excited about this because I am going through a concealer phase right now. Everything wants to get into, I have like one fine line up under both of my eyes, and everything is starting to settle in it. And so I am on a rampage trying to find a concealer that doesn't settle in it. I think that's just me refusing to accept that I'm getting older, but yes. And then for this, I got the color T1 and I got the color M4, so medium 4 and tan 1. And I got a blush for free. So I got a Petite Baby Cheeks blush stick in the color Dodo. And so it's in a travel size, which is great. I literally was just raving about travel size. So I am going to unbox those. So Westmanatelier is really going to be the star of today's show. And I am excited about that because all of her products are in very travel friendly packaging, I feel like. So this is what her foundation stick looks like. And I am so thankful that the print on the bottom of it is big enough for me to read. I don't have to struggle to try to see any of this. This is very weighty, feels good in the hand. It's small. Well, I have small hands, but that's what it looks like. And then the concealers. The concealers are actually smaller than what I thought they would be, which, oh, they're really small. So this is what it looks like. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. Here's the Sarah Creole. This is what they look like side by side. Well, I mean, it's probably about the same amount of concealer in each one. Let's see. How much concealer is in this? 0.30 milligrams. Oh, 0.21. So this does have less product in it than this one, but I guess for me, I'm more used to, no, I don't want to use that one. I'm more used to the concealers looking like this. So how much is in this one? Oh, this is 0.17 and this is 0.21. So it's actually more product in this one than in this one. Ooh, learned something new today. All right. So what I do like is that there's a little window on the side so you can see the color. And this is M4. And so here's T1. Can I tell the difference immediately from the colors? Not really. Okay, that's fine. And then I have the travel size blush. So this is what it looks like. So I'm actually really excited about this. I already had one of her bronzers in the color Truffle in a travel size. This was actually the very first product that I had from Westmanatelier last year, the year before last. It came in a little set at Sephora, or either I used my points to get it. I can't remember which one, but I was just like, oh, I thought it was really nice and I really like the color. So yeah, And it came in a set of 2 because I had ganache and ganache was too dark for me. So I gave it to one of my friends. So I'm really excited about this for several reasons. So in some of my videos, you guys have seen me underpaint, which is my preferred method of how to do makeup. So that is where you put your bronzer on and your blush on and your concealer on first, and then put your foundation on top of it. That's my preferred method simply because I feel like your makeup looks more seamless and you use less product that way. So I like a thinner application of makeup. But it only works if your foundation is thin enough for the actual contour or bronzer and the blush to show through up under it. Some people will not even put foundation on top of it, but I prefer to put foundation on top of it. So it needs to be thin enough for it to see, for it to come through. With today's experimentation in makeup, I am going to see how thin this foundation stick is, because foundation sticks really for me are what I want to invest my money in, because it's travel friendly. I can pick it up and go. I don't have to think about it. But they also keep for a very long time. I don't have to worry about separation and things of that nature. So I'm excited about that. So what I am going to do is on this side of my face, I'm going to underpaint. And on this side of the face, I'm not going to underpaint. What else do I have? I also have I've already talked about this, but I'm not going to use this today. Their bronzer, because I got their Face Sculpt Duo. So this was on sale at Nordstrom's for, I think, 30% off. Not for Memorial Day, but for Mother's Day weekend. So I was very, very excited. So this is the Baby Cheeks Face Trace Sculpt and Duo Powder. Sculpt and Powder Duo in Tulle and Truffle. So I'm excited about that. And that's all that I have from Westmanatelier. Everything else is going to be fill in, but it's things that I've had that I haven't used either at all, or I haven't used it in a while. So I'm just excited to get back into my makeup. All right, so now that we've gone through that, I am gonna go ahead and start underpainting. I'm sure it's been well over 5 minutes, so everything should have set. So I'm going to use this contour stick, the Face Trace contour stick in the color Truffle. And this is the travel size of it. So like I said, I am just going to use this side, and I'm gonna use my trachis. And as you can see, and it's just a roll up. So roll up, roll down. And as you can see, this is very cool tone. Well, maybe more neutral, but cool tone. And again, I just literally go from my trachis down to where my eye starts, so I'm not dragging my face down and going so far into my face here. And then I'm going to use Dodo that I just got. Oh no, the top got a little mushed, but that's fine. And then I'm just going to, interesting. I was not expecting this to be the color, but we're gonna go with it. I like the color though. It's more vibrant than what I was expecting. I think in my head, I was thinking that this would look like more like the color Petal from Westmanatelier, but I think this actually suits me better. Yay. All right. And so I am going to try out both foundations. I am going to go with the lighter colors on this side. So Atelier X is the lighter of the 2 shades. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use M4 on this side. And on this side, I'm going to use X 2.5 and T1 on this side. So yay, here we go. So I'm going to start with the concealer. It doesn't really have a smell other than just like a general makeup smell. This is what the doe foot looks like. This is so cute. And this is what the color looks like. Okay. Let me go ahead and do T1. See if there's a noticeable difference between the two. Ooh, there is a noticeable difference between the two. Okay. So this to me looks more peach leaning, and this looks more yellow leaning. Okay. All right, cool. So I am doing a very, very, very thin application of concealer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take this on the back of my hand here, and I'm just going to use a brush to pick it up. As you guys know, well, I won't say all, but 90% of my brushes are all BK Beauty brushes. So I am just going to call them. Ooh, this is light. I'm just going to call them by their numbers going forward. So this is the A506. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and this looks very full coverage, and this is thinned out on the back of my hand. So that should tell you something right off the start, right off the jump. But what I do like is that it seems to dry down relatively quickly. It is creamy, it's movable, so it's not like it's thick and unmovable. And typically I would let my concealer sit, but since I'm not looking for a full application, I'm just gonna go in and press it. And as usual, I'm looking at my mirror down here at the bottom. Again, it's much lighter on camera than it is. Okay, let me turn off my light down here. It's much lighter on camera than it actually is in person. This is really just a hair, I would say half a shade lighter than my actual skin tone. So that leads me to believe that T1 is probably going to be almost an identical shade match to my skin once it gets over here. So I like that. I like the way it feels, and I like with such a very, very thin application, I got a good amount of coverage. So that is always a positive. And I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this brush off down here. Let me see if they have the description for these concealers. So M4 is, it just says a warm undertone, and T1 is a medium tan warm undertone. So yeah, warm undertone. Okay, all right. Some of my lemon water. Woo. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go in and start blending out. Tell me why I forgot to put some up here. And then I'm just going to do a little bit. So the reason I go under here and put contour or bronzer down here is to sculpt out my chin line, but also it will make your face look smaller. So that is why I always put a line down here. And I'm just going to go in and push this in, and I'm going to blend it up. And then I'm going to pull this back into my hairline. So these are very, very soft, very easy to blend out. So if you are a person that struggles with blending or anything like that, you do not have to worry about that. These are very blend friendly. And then I'm just going to blend this up. And then I'm going to wipe this off. And I'm just going to go in and blend the blush. And I'm going to bring the blush over the concealer so there isn't such a harsh line of demarcation right there. That's cute. All right, so for the foundation, this is what it looks like. It melted into the top a little bit, but this is what it looks like. So it's pretty much the same component. How much do I get in here? Let me not get overzealous like I did with my Fenty. Okay, so this is how much product you get in here. That doesn't seem like a lot of product for the size of this component and for the price, because I think this is originally $69. That doesn't seem like a lot of product for what? Okay, this is the lighter one. Okay, this one is described as tan butterscotch with a neutral undertone. That seems very light. That seems extremely light. This seems like I'll be gifting this to someone. And I'm going to try this with the N17 to see how this blends out. Because since it's a stick foundation, sometimes you have to use a different type of brush to blend those in. Okay, it's not bad. Lights make it look worse. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, I think that's better. Let me. Yeah, because this has nothing on this side and this is, so you can see the color difference right there. So it's not really that bad. The lighting will definitely make a difference. And so I'm just going to press this in. I still think it's a little, let me press over the blush here. And I didn't spot conceal because I wanted to see how much coverage this will give on its own. And with stick foundations, I don't expect it to be a lot of coverage. In my mind, stick foundations are really more so to even out skin tone. That's how I view them anyway. So I really don't expect a lot of coverage. But what I will say is this one built up very well. It's giving more coverage than I expected to give. I'm just going over the blush. So I can still see the blush up under this. So what I will say is I think this is very versatile in the sense where you can really just get a skin finish. And then if you do want to build it up for some more coverage, you can get a really nice, solid medium coverage. Because you guys could see all the hyperpigmentation that I had on this side. And I think it did a pretty decent job covering it up without any additional concealer on the bottom. So and then I can still see the blush coming through, and I've gone over it several times. I don't really see the contour, so I probably would have needed ganache in order for it to show through, but that's okay. But down here, my skin looks seamless. And then in going to my neck, I really don't see a line of demarcation between the change in my face and my neck. So it's definitely a color that could work. Even going from side to side, you can see the imperfections, and going from here, like looking directly in the camera, this just looks perfected, and this looks like I just have some pink undertones showing through. So that's exciting. And so the concealers have had time to dry down. My eyes are doing their usual watering situation. All right, so let's move on to the other side. So this time I am going to do the foundation first. So let me move these over. And I'm going to do a heavier application on this side. So this is 0.25 with a golden undertone. So we shall see what this looks like. Okay, I like this side better already. I like this color match better. Do I want to use a sponge? I really don't want to use a sponge, but I will use a sponge for the sake of this video. All right, I am going to use, I think this is a Real Technique sponge. This is a very old sponge. I am going to use the Fenty Beauty U Mist to dampen this brush because I don't have water right in front of me right now. Let's see if that's gonna make a difference. I really probably didn't even need to dampen this because of this. Ooh, I can see my little pores. So I'm just gonna use this side here and I'm gonna go in. And press it in. So what I can tell right off the bat is that with the sponge, the coverage seems a lot thinner, which is normal with a sponge. If you want a thinner application, use a sponge. So I feel like on camera you can definitely see the difference in color from this side to this side. In person, it's really not that noticeable. On my camera down here, or excuse me, not on my mirror down here at the bottom, I really can't see that big of a difference. And once I get finished with all of this, I will take a picture so you guys can see what it looks like in person. Would I use a sponge for this? Probably not, because it's already a thin enough formula that I don't want to shear it out anymore. I want the color payoff. So, but I do think it's beautiful. What I will say is, out of all of the foundation sticks that I have tried, this is by far my favorite. I like the way it feels on the skin. I don't feel it on my skin. What I have a tendency to do is, whenever I have a skin tint on, I can always feel the skin tint in comparison to foundations. So this not skin tint, but contour stick, I feel like I don't feel that I have anything on my face. And even sheared out, I do get some coverage. It seems like it's sitting on top of my skin though, with the sponge. So yeah, sponge application is not it for me with this. So let me go back to my brush, my Nikki LaRose brush, and I'm just going to go in and press this in. And what I do like is that I can actually take the brush and I don't have to press, like I'm not going to get little lines in it if I go in. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Okay, so now let me go in with T1 on the concealer side. Let's see. Let me see how that does. So let me go in back to the A506. Let me see if I press that in. Okay, yep. So this concealer is pretty much a direct skin match to me. Because you see that just disappeared into the skin. So I would say shout out to Mo Knows Makeup because she is my shade reference for Westmanatelier. So she is essentially a shade darker than me, a shade deeper, or half a shade. So most of the time I can wear exactly what she wears, or I will go down a shade, because she tends to, since she's a little bit deeper than me, I don't need that same color to be. I just know to go down half a shade, or know that it might run a little bit deeper. So I am just going over my eye to utilize it. So a little bit of this concealer goes a long way. To me, this looks like a full coverage concealer. But I feel nothing, literally nothing on my skin at all. Essentially how your skin feels after you put on some lotion. So I am quite, my eye is watering over here, so that's why I keep pressing this in. I'm quite pleased with how this looks. So this gives a skin finish because my skin is not flat, it's not matte. I wouldn't say it's dewy per se, but I feel like my skin looks like this in general after like I put on lotion. So I would say this just looks hydrated, but not radiant. Maybe like a satin finish. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. This might be a little bit dewy, luminous. I don't know. But I don't have on any powder yet. So but I really like this. So yes, so side by side, looking in the mirror, well, looking in the camera when I'm sitting far away, you can definitely see this side is lighter than this side, but to me, it's not a stark difference. I'm staring very hard at myself to be able to see the difference. So, but this could definitely be a winter color, and this would be my everyday, well, I wouldn't say summer, but healthy looking, healthy looking match. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and powder, and I got the new Lauramercier loose setting powder ultra blur, and I got the color translucent. So what I do like about this is you can see through this that this translucent is not white. It has a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. So I don't know if you can see that. So this for me is the translucent color I need, not white, but something with a little bit more of a yellow or a tan base. I can work with that. So let me pick up my N14 brush, and I'm literally just gonna go in. And as you guys know, I do not use a lot of powder. So I'm just gonna swirl it to thin it out and then go right up under my eyes. I might take a puff today. Let's see. I don't see where this is immediately blurring. I guess in my mind, I'm looking for everything to work how the Huda Beauty one pressed powder worked, where I could immediately tell a difference, but I also did use a baby puff. So let me pull out a baby puff. Just have a Morphe, little Morphe baby puff. I'm going to pour some more into the cap. And I am literally just going to swirl around and wipe off the excess, and then go in and see if that makes a difference. So you can see this little divot right there, that little, my eye was watering, so it hung on to that. And I don't know how I feel about that, because the powder that I liked the most for up under my eye was the Makeup by Mario setting powder, because when my eyes would water, like I didn't get this. Like my eyes are watering and it's literally and these are the hardest ones to fix, because when you do this, it takes off the coverage. So I'm not a fan of that right now. I'm internally a little upset. All right, Laura, go ahead and put the cap back on you. Okay, put you off to the side. I'm a little annoyed. I'm just gonna sit with Makeup by Mario. I already had it sitting out here and I started to use that, but I wanted to try something new and I am upset by what has taken place. So I have the color 2 Neutral Light, and it's like a tan color, so it looks yellow on camera, but it's really not that yellow. It's the same color as the Laura Mercier. Can I do damage control with this? Let me see. And I think I just put too much on. Let me try to buff this out. See, Mario, you just do it for me. You just do it for me. So I'm putting this in the top, and I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna get my N15 brush from Nikki LaRose. I'm going to swirl around in the cap, tap off the excess, palm my hand, and then just go over. And it never fails that my eye wants to water. And when I do my makeup off camera, my eye won't water. But on camera, it's like everybody wants to be a star. I'm just waiting for Thug Life to wake up from her little snooze and start creating chaos. I'm surprised I've gotten this far in the filming and she hasn't woke up yet. But one thing you can immediately tell if I get up close, right now my eye is just wet and it's not giving me that same white effect that the Laura Mercier did. So that would not be a powder, I would say, to wear if you're getting married or anything where you might shed tears or graduation. I would not recommend to wear that powder on a day where you might cry or shed tears. I had Peach, I think number 3 from Makeup by Mario. I had several of these powders, but I don't know where the Peach went. And I think the Peach was a little bit too dark. So that's why I ended up going to number 2, because I think Peach is number 3. All So I am looking a bit dusty. So I am going to spray. Wait, what is all this? It's like a war zone on my desk right now. I'm going to spray the Fenty Beauty setting spray on the puff. I'm using my one size puff. I think this is my favorite puff out of all the puffs that I've used. And I say that because the puff is big. You see how big this puff is? I can get over like almost half of my face. And I didn't really get that much come up. That's good. That's one of the things I look at when I'm setting my makeup. How much makeup comes up when I go in with a setting spray on top of it. And to me, what that means is if you don't have a lot come up, it's melded into your skin and you did not have a lot of excess makeup on either. So yeah. You can see it's like a little bit, but not a lot. So I really like that. Westmanatelier, you're climbing the ranks. So I can definitely say right now, I have tried the LYS foundation stick. I have tried the Bosma Beauty foundation stick. I have tried some drugstore brands, so I've tried the ColourPop foundation stick. I have in my drawer to try the Essence foundation stick. I haven't used it, and I have the Vanity Fair foundation stick to try. But out of all the ones that I've tried, this is by far the best shade match and the best feeling one and the most natural looking one. Like, I probably would replace all of my foundations, subtract my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish, because that is my absolute favorite foundation. I haven't found anything that I like as much as that one. The closest one that I've seen that I really like is the Mary Phillips, the NPH foundation that just came out either earlier this year or late last year. I really, really like that one. But as far as like a liquid foundation, I haven't found one that I like more than the Pat McGrath. That still is #1. So I do have plenty of foundations in my desk that I need to do. I think I will have a video that I'm gonna film on trying the new Laura Mercier Tinted Balm Blur. I have actually already worn this one and I really, really like this one. Before that, I have the Danessa Myricks Blur and Balm powder, but I don't have the right color in this. I think I'm the color 7. They did a shade extension, so I have 6, and 6 was too light, and 8 was too dark, so they came out with 7, and I just haven't bought 7. So I do want to get that. And then I have this makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Natural Finish. So I have worn this one and I really, really like this one. I have Tom Ford and I have Natasha Denona. As you can see, they are both still in their boxes. I haven't worn either of these, and I know some people really, really like this one. Some people didn't because it took a long time to dry down. And Tom Ford Architecture, this was reformulated, I believe. So I got I think this is the old formulation. So this is the Soft Matte Blurring Foundation, but this again was something I picked up when it was on sale. I've had this for like six plus months. So I have a lot of foundations that are sitting in my drawer. I'm sitting here looking. I have a lot of foundations in my drawer that I haven't even tried yet. So I have plenty of things to try out to make video content. So so I think my watered eye over here is just putting the Lauramercier on first really seemed to, you can see it took it completely removed the concealer that was here, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going anywhere today. As soon as I finish this video, I am going to get on my PlayStation 5 and play 007 First Light. That's how I'm going to spend my day today. So now that we've powdered and set, I am going to go in with the Westmanatelier. Ooh, let me go over here. Baby Cheeks Face Trace Sculpting Powder Duo. And I got Tulle and Truffle. So I'm excited about this because to me, this will, if I can get it open, that's the issue with having claws. Okay. And this is what it looks like. So I'm excited about that. This color looks a little light. Well, on screen it's light, but the model made me feel like I could pull this off. And then, like I said, Mo Knows Makeup, she pulled it off. So I was like, if she can pull it off, I can pull it off. So, to me, this is functional. This is functional makeup here because I already have my bronzer or contour and a blush. So if I'm wanting to travel, I'm picking this up in comparison to picking up this one because this is 2 shades of bronzer, and to me this serves a purpose to sit at my desk. But when I'm going on vacation or when I need to pick up and travel for work or whatever the case may be, I want to pick up something that's going to allow me not to have to pack my makeup bag to capacity. So this would be the one that I would choose to travel with. So hopefully, and there is a compact that is deeper than this. So this is a medium one. So I'm glad they have a duo that is deeper than this. All right. I am going to take the 110 brush and I am going to go into this bronzer. Let me swatch this first so I can know what this should look like. Okay, that's coming off a little deep on my skin. Did I have something on? Let me use a different brush. I'm gonna use the what is this? N18. And I don't think my brushes were clean. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna use my N16 brush and I'm just going to go in. Okay, there we go. I like this because this is a nice subtle bronze. It's doing what needs to be done. Let me see if I can build it up. Yep, I can build it up. So you can see it here. I actually really, really like this. And I feel like you can tell a difference on my face in looking here. You can see that I have a little bit more sculpting going on here in the 3. So let me go on this side. A part of me wants to get the deeper one, but I feel like the deeper one is going to be too deep for me. But I'm curious to see what it will look like. But I can definitely see the difference in my face. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go back to my 109 brush, and then I'm just gonna pop into this. Let me swipe it and see. All right, let's see. Okay. Cute. Enough to be seen. So this is not going to give you, like, if you're looking to have a very standout, everybody see me makeup look, this is not going to give you that. This is going to be makeup that fills in what people imagine that's there, if that makes sense. This looks more like a natural flush type situation. And if I hadn't powdered before I did this, but powdered after, I think this would look even more natural than it does right now. I like that a lot. All right. I do think I want to get the deeper palette though, just because I'm curious to see how much more impact the deeper palette would give me. So that may or may not appear. We'll see when the next sale happens. All right, so that is all that I have from Westmanatelier. What I have now is I have my Myrick's color stick, the Color Fix sticks, and I have 4 and I have 5. So I think I'm gonna use 5 today because I want a little bit of color, and 4 is all browns. So I'm gonna use the shade Astura in the duo. So it's 2. One side is a foil, one side is a metallic. They are detachable. You get 2. This is $38. I love this. This is convenient. I get 2 in 1. So if I don't want to have them like this, I can just pack them like this. So, but I think it's just easier to do this. So I'm gonna go with Astra. So number 5, Astra. and I still have the caps. I haven't used these at all. I don't think I even swatched these, to be honest. I've had them in my drawer for a while. And this is what this color looks like. So let me go here. Ooh, feels like water. So that's what this looks like. And this is a duo chrome. So it's gold and pink. So that's the one that I'm going to use today. At least I think it is gold and pink. And I'm going to keep the caps to put back on there. Let me swipe the other side. The other side was, or is, Cassiopeia. And this is the metallic side. So it's not going to have as much glitter as the foil side does. So you can tell this is just like a standard bronze color. So yes, I'm gonna go with Astra today. I'll put my little cap back on here. It's recommended that you do keep the caps on just so they can maintain their, they can last as long as they can. I am just going to take some brown from this duo here and use that as a base to put this on. You can put them on your eyes directly, but I'm not a person who just directly applies brown or like metallics on my eye. I always feel like there needs to be a base. So I'm just taking the 202 Dome Fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go in and take this bronzer color and put it over the eye. I'm not gonna fix this, y'all. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm going to leave it as is. Well, what I'll do is I'll actually fix it so you guys can see how to fix it. So this is what this looks like. Boom, that's enough. And then I am just going to, let me see, how do I want to apply this? I am going to rub this on my hand, on my finger. Actually, I keep saying hand, but I mean finger. And this feels like water, just like wet water. And I'm just going to press this on the lid. That's so cute. I love that. So this is it, just apply it with my finger. Let me see what happens if I go in and swipe. Oh, the intensity goes way up. And so I'm just gonna press it in with my finger. That's so pretty. And I don't feel like it's outlandish. Like it's enough sparkle, but I don't feel like it's over the top. So let me, what happened to my little top now? Okay, that's right here. So let me put the top back on this one. And I'll, for the sake of the video, I will put, who did I say this was? Cassiopeia on the other side. Just because now I'm curious. So I'm just going to use my ring finger, and in the same fashion I'm just going to rub, and I'm going to tap onto my eye. Okay, yeah, this one you can definitely tell that this one is a metallic versus a foil. It's still pretty. Still very pretty. And these feel very cool, and I feel like I'm putting water on my eye. It's so wet to the touch. So I might have to pick up some of these for the summer, because the way my eyes water, these feel very, very refreshing on my eye. That's so pretty. Oh. The next holiday is the 4th of July. Let me see what sales are going on the 4th of July, because me and Miss Myrix, we're gonna have to have some conversations about the things going in my basket, because I can already tell you right now I want some more. And I have, like I said, I have I think this is number 4, and number 4 is Apollo and Artemis, and they're very, boring is not the word I want to use. So this one is Artemis for number 4, and this one is the metallic side. But they're so that's this color. They're normal is not the word I want to use, but they're colors that we see consistently. Browns, neutrals. I don't necessarily, and then this side is Artemis. So the foil side to number 4 is Artemis. If I'm gonna spend my money on something like this, I want it to be, so that's Artemis. So these are just, it's beautiful, but this is regular colors. I can get this in a palette. I want my sparkles, if I'm going to get this, and they will serve a purpose. I'm sure there are going to be times I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna take this with me, because the place that I'm going is not going to be a place where bright blue or green sparkles will be appropriate. But with that being said, do I want some more? They have a new one that just came out. What is it? Infinity, something Infinity. So I do have it in my basket, but this is pretty. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. It's just, I want something more exciting than that. So, I will pop on some mascara. I am just going to use the YSL Latex, who is this? Lash Latex. I really like this mascara. Get in my writ. It's amazing. That's just me wiggling on my root. I hadn't even started pulling it out yet. I love a good mascara. Like, I like fake lashes, but I like a really good mascara too. I don't always want to put on fake lashes. 1, 2, get in this root and wiggle. A good mascara is just as good as a fake lash. You just have to find the right ones that go with your lashes, that do what you want your lashes to look like. I know for me, I like volumizing and lengthening mascaras. more so than like curling mascaras. So I'm also looking for YSL just released their cushion foundation in the US. I had been looking at it for a month since they released it in Asia, and that is on my list because I actually like cushion foundations. I have a lot of them in my desk from Tier. I think I have all of them, the pink one, the gray one, the red one, and their newest one, which was the orange one. I have all of them in my desk. So that is on my list to also be in my next round of purchases. I also want the MPH, the underpainting set that she has. And I wanted to get it during the Sephora sale, but the color, the 3 color rounds that they had would not be a fit for me, so I didn't get it. But they just released, that's my eye waters. They just released 3 new color extensions like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so they have one that's tan, and I really want to get that one. That one looks like it would be a good fit for me. And excuse me, like I said earlier in the video, I personally prefer underpainting. That is the way that I like to do my makeup. So it would benefit me to have that because, as I've been saying this whole video, I really enjoy having everything consolidated together. So I can take less products. I'd rather pay more or pay for something that's more expensive if I can get 2 for the price of 1 or 4 for the price of 1. If that product is $100, I'd rather pay that $100 for everything and the convenience of it being in one place than to have to keep going in and putting all different things in it. So, yep. So this is the final look. Subtract my eye water. And so I said I would show you guys. Oh, I didn't put anything on my lips. I don't have any new products. So my least purchased thing that I buy, the 2 least things that I buy are lip products and eyebrow products. I don't have to do a lot to my eyebrows, so I don't spend a lot of money on brow products. And lip products, I just love Fenty lip products. I keep coming back to them. I will try other stuff and I just love it. They are my favorite ones by far. So I really don't invest money in hardly any lip products at all. Pat McGrath is the only other brand that I have spent money on lip products. Like I have some here and there from other people, but usually it's like Sephora brand or Maybelline. Like I just cannot wrap my head around spending a lot of money for lip products. And I take that back. I spend a lot more on like lip glosses than I do actual lip colors. So I have some Summer Friday lip glosses. I have the Edam ones, which I have one Edam one that I like, that I bought during the Sephora sale just because I wanted to try it. I do like that. So I will say I will spend money on lip glosses before I spend money on like lip colors, because most of the time I don't wear lip color, and if I do, it's Fenty all the way. Their velvet, who is this? Their velvet liquid. This, if they discontinue this, when I say I will be beside myself, I won't know what to do with myself. That is my favorite product, lip product. This Pat McGrath one, the new one that just came out that has the lip liner and the lipstick on the other side, is my second favorite one right now because it's functional. Matter of fact, I'm trying to find one to put on. I'm just gonna match my shirt. Who is this? Is this MVP? This is HBIC. Okay, the MVP. I will put the MVP on because when I tell you this is my favorite red, a blue red, traditional blue red. Oh no, my component is broke. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna make it work. Let me get a brush. Y'all, look at how loved this is. I have broke the component. So I'm just gonna take my N23 from BK Beauty and I'm just going to take this off and go in. Y'all. And you see how little I used. This product literally lasts me forever. But this is my favorite lip product. Of everything that I own, these are my favorite. I have them, I think, in almost every single color that they have. And this used to be what I would use on my clients because this stays on your lips forever. I have put this on before I went to work at 7 a.m. and got home from work at 8 o'clock at night, and I still had this on my lips. I had ate, drank, and everything in between, and this went nowhere. So after this dries down, this stays on your lips forever. I just love this. It's looking a little pink on camera, but it's actually blue red, a true traditional blue red. So this is the MVP in their Velvet Liquid Matte. And it's a souffle consistency. So when you put it on, it's like a bouncy souffle, and then once it dries down, like your lips just, they feel moisturized all day. Like, and it makes my teeth look white. So yeah, I will be in total devastation if they discontinue this or reformulate. So Fenty, if you're listening, unless it's a requirement by law, please do not reformulate this. Got some mascara on my nose. You know what? I'm gonna leave it and let that be a little fake mole. All right, let me see if I can repair this eye, and then that will be all for today's look. So let me go in. I had M4 on this side. Another reason why this may have taken so, like, why it may have been so dramatic is because I didn't let this dry down. So essentially, the longer you let your makeup or your concealer dry down, the more set it will be. And I went in immediately on this side and started brushing it out right after I applied it. So it didn't have time to set. So that could be another reason why. Look, I am wiping off my brush and look, like my brush is stained. That's one of the reasons I don't wear red colored eyeshadows because red stains so badly, and technically it is not supposed to be a eyeshadow color. So if you look closely on your palettes that have red eyeshadows, your red eyeshadow will be listed as a face pigment and not an eyeshadow, because I don't think legally you can have red as an eyeshadow because of the dye in it and it being close to your eye and an irritant. So just be mindful. If you do have red eyeshadows, just be careful about around wearing it in your eye area. Why am I sitting here like I don't have a fan that I can help this along the way? All right, let me go in and blend this out now. So I'm just pressing it in. I'm gonna wipe off the excess. I probably should have went in with T1 instead of the M4, but and I am immediately going to go in and sit with the Mario powder. And try to darken this up a little bit. There we go. That is fixed, and I'm just going to take my little sponge and go in and just press it. And that's how I would fix this. So it's extra bright right now because it's on top of everything. But outside of that, yes. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking with me through today's video. Very, very exciting. What I will say is definitely Westmanatelier is climbing up the ranks to being one of my favorite beauty brands that I like to purchase from. When I'm in their products, I like the way my skin looks. I like the way my skin feels. I think overall that is more what I'm looking for, is how does my skin feel, because I'm gonna be in my makeup for hours. So I want it to feel comfortable. I want it to feel like I have nothing on my skin. Also, functionality. I think this brand does a really good job at producing products that are very functional and worth the money. If you're going to purchase it, they have duos that make sense and that are very color friendly toward the skin of different depths of skin tone. So that's something that I really do value with the brand and that I like. So I am looking forward to what they will release in the future. And thank you. And Westmanatelier, if you're watching this, please feel free to send me some of your products. I will gladly try them out and give a review for you, on an honest review about how they feel. So thank you so much. And until the next time, everybody, take care. Bye.